Jai Sri Krishna. Srimad Tura Mahatmya. Today we are studying about the glories of Sri Vrindavan Dham, Mathura Dham. It is my greatest fortune that I could spend a few months in Vrindavan this year. And it is such a nice experience that you can never get enough of it. So it's like, even though Vrindavan is just a small place, Brajmandal is huge. And only to get to know the temples in Vrindavan is nearly impossible. The time it takes. Sometimes I go for 5 Mangal Artis in the morning. Like a routine, because all the temples have a little bit different Mangal Artik time. So you can, if you get up at 3:30, you can even make more than 5 Mangal Artiks. First Mangal Artik is Srila Shamsundar at 4 o'clock. And so in every house, in every place, in every temple, there is the worship going on, and there's always a very wonderful story how this temple came to be. And in India, for example, Shamsundar Mandir is also connecting us to Shamananda Goswami and Rasikananda Prabhu. And Rasikananda Prabhu, he was from Orissa. So the Shamsundar temple is very much connected with the Kirakshola Gopinath temple. As a matter of fact, Rasikananda Prabhu's Samadhi is in Remuna. So it is the most beautiful thing. It's Vrindavan, but connected to Orissa. It's Vrindavan, but connected to Mayapur. It's Vrindavan, but connected also to Kurukshetra. It's Vrindavan, but it's also connected to Dwaraka. It's Vrindavan, it's also connected to Tirupati. So the Vrindavan influence from thousands and thousands of years ago already was spreading all over. So Srila Rupa Goswami, the author of this book, he gave us this information about the wonderful, wonderful glories of Sri Vrindavan Dham. And here is an introduction of Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj. Wonderful. The glories of Sri Vrindavan Dham are unlimited and always expanding. Because everything which has to do with Krishna, with the Absolute, it's always expanding. And like Krishna's beauty is always expanding. Krishna's family is always expanding. It is so unlimitedly great that one can get lost in it, lost in Vrindavan. And some sadhus, they do that. They get lost in Vrindavan. They just keep walking around to the different places, doing austerities. Just recently I met one sadhu who I knew for more than 35 years, and I didn't know where he was. So as I was visiting Javat, the house of Radharani, I heard that Bodhain Maharaj had been given the care of the place Gopal Bhatta Goswami did his bhajan. And so I said, I have to see that place. I have to go there. And then I came, this was pretty much hidden, but it was another incredible place. There was a very big sangam, a kunda, very big and very beautiful, called Sangam Kunda. Next to it was a temple and the bhajan kutir of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And then when I went in there, who did I meet? My old friend Ram Hari, who had been preaching in Costa Rica, had been like a preacher, but he, on his journey through Vrindavan, he came to this place and there was no pujari, there was nobody taken care of. So he decided to stay there. So Ram Hari is there in this place. And he restored it also. So Vrindavan, you can't go to Vrindavan for 3 days and say, hey, I visited Vrindavan. It's like, give it 6 months. And a lot of journey. So Srila Rupa Goswami, he came to Vrindavan, you know, so he was a minister in Bengal. And when he joined Lord Chaitanya and all that, and finally he was sent to Vrindavan to take care of the devotees and to develop the bhakti scriptures there. And this is one of the scriptures he wrote. So he starts, Harirapi bhajamanebhya prayomuktim dadatu natu bhaktim vihitatat unati shatram maturedanyam namami tvam. O Mathura, I offer my respectful obeisance to you. You are glorious because you award the sacrifice of gradual advancement in devotional service, which Sri Hari does not personally give to those who worship him, but rather awards them liberation. So there's a special thing that getting bhakti, it is coming from the holy name, it's coming from Mathura Mandal, it is coming from the sadhus, the very advanced sadhus. Otherwise liberation of the repeated birth and death, and then what? Some eternal ecstasy, very abstract, at least for me. I could never understand how the conclusion be impersonal. Or to aspire for something simply as impersonal. Of course, before I met Srila Prabhupada, I was also following the yoga path where people just spoke about the Brahman. But once you come in contact with Srila Prabhupada and his commentaries, then the Supreme Personality of God becomes such a natural manifestation that you cannot aspire for eternal peace without individual consciousness or with cosmic consciousness, but without any individual exchanges. So this is very abstract. But Krishna, he says, oh, you want to be liberated from this world? I give you easily. But if you go, no, I don't want this liberation. I want something with you. I want a relationship with you. Then you have to go to Mathura, to Vrindavan. Danyanam Hridayananda Pradam Shangriyate Muda Mahatmyam Mathura Purvya Sarvatirtha Shiromane. I am joyfully compiling the glories of Mathura, which is the quest jewel amongst all holy places, and which awards happiness to the hearts of pious people. Tatrasya Papa Haridvam Adivalahe Vingsati Jojanam Tu Maturanam Mama Mandalam Yatra Tatra Nalos Nato Mukjate Salva Patakai. Mathura takes away all one's sinful reaction. It is stated in Adivaraha Purana as follows. The measurements of Mathura Mandala is 20 jojanas. If human beings take baths at any place within Mathura Mandala, they will achieve liberation from all their sinful reactions. So this is an encouragement for taking baths. Very, very, very much. And there's so many places to take baths in Vrindavan. It has to be a little bold, but Kushwabskarova and so many other places. And right now it's going on that the people realize they have to clean more the holy places of Mathura Mandal. So it's also like a very wonderful cleaning has taken place of the Manasi Ganga. They actually installed a machine to oxygenize the water of the Mansarovar, which is on Govardhan, at the feet of the temple of Govardhan. And it's so clean and so clear. So bathing in the holy Dham is very, very much emphasized and recommended. But basing the sound of the sadhus that came from the lotus mouth and pour it right into your heart and get your whole consciousness permeated by it. That is much better. This is better than the water. Nothing against the water, but that sound bath, holy sound bath, like mantra bath. This is very, very important. Pade pade tirtha phalam maturaya vashundare yatatata narosnato muchate golakilvi sai. O earth, Mother Earth, at every step in Mathura Mandala, one can achieve the result of traveling to all holy places. By taking baths at any place within Mathura Mandala, people are delivered from grave sins. Sarvadharma vihinam purushanam duratmanam nara karti hara devi Mathura papagatini. O Devi, this abode of Mathura destroys all one's sinful reactions and vanquishes the pangs of hell, even for sinful persons who are devoid of all religious principles. Devi is always there. Many, 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 many Devis. Often she was talking to Parvati, revealing the secrets of the Dham. He addresses her as Devi. But there's the Kshetrapal chief, and he's always accompanied by Mother Durga Devi, Parvati. So Devis. As we travel around India this last year, we met so many of the Shakti Peeths, where parts of the body of Sati fell and became very famous shrines. These shrines of Devi, amazing. And in Radharani, we find the Devi number one. She's the original Devi. So therefore we cannot think of Mathura Mandala without Srimati Radharani. She is managing the affairs in many ways. Unbelievably many ways Radharani manages all the affairs. Sarvadharma vihinanam purushanam duratmanam nara karti hara devi mathura papagatini. O Devi, this abode of Mathura destroys all one's sinful reactions and vanquishes the pangs of hell, even for sinful persons who are devoid of all religious principles. Kritagnascha surapascha chaurabhagna vratashtata Mathuram prapya manuja mukhyate sarvakilvisaya. If cheaters, drunkards, thieves, or those who break their vows go to Mathura, they will all become free from all sinful reactions. Suryodare tamo nasyet yata brachra vayannaga taksham drishva yata sarpa megavata iva tatva yanat yata dukam singam dishtva yata mriga tata papani nashyanti mathura darshanat kshanat. As the darkness is dissipated by the sunshine, as a mountain is broken into pieces by the strike of the thunderbolt, as a snake runs away in fear of Garuda, as a cloud is pushed away by the force of the wind, as one's miseries are mitigated by achieving knowledge of the truth, and as other animals run away on seeing a lion, all one's heaps of sinful reactions are destroyed at once simply by seeing the land of Mathura. Very poetic. Srila Rupa Goswami. Maybe the word poetic is not appropriate here, because there's many great poets in the world. But this is an accumulation of analogies which are so striking. So striking. Then finally it says, just by seeing Mathura Mandala, this is achieved. Shradaya bhakti yuktascha gatva madhu purim nada brahmahapi vishudyeta king punas tvanyapataki. When a most sinful person who has killed a brahmana can become purified by going to Mathura with faith and devotion, then what to speak of other sinful people? When somebody has killed a brahmana, can also find shelter in the Mathura. Mathura snana kamasya gacchatastu pade pade nirashani vrajantyasya papani eva sharirata. A person who goes to Mathura with a desire to take bath there, at every step his sinful reactions are removed from his body. So much glory is given to this. It sounds like an advertisement journal for all the sinful people in the world, because it looks like in this world we are very easily involved in some sinful activity. So then we are said, hey, come to Mathura, you have another chance. So going to Mathura, going to Vrindavan, Mathura, Varshana, Nandagaon, they are all the same. They all belong to the Mathura Mandala. So even though they have so many places, so many names of different specific leelas, but what Srila Rupa Goswami is saying here, it applies to all of them, to anyone. And as you go into Mathura and you get absorbed, you get attracted, you get captured by maybe some particular pastime or activity or temple or deity, because there's so many deities and each deity needs some attention. Each deity needs attention. Anushangena gacchani vani jenapi sevaya mathura snanamatrina papam tyaktva divam vrajet. Even if a person goes to Mathura with the purpose of doing business and takes his bath and eats his meal there, he at once he is at once liberated from all sinful reactions and goes to heaven. So no, you shouldn't go to Vrindavan to make business. Should not be the motivation. But if somebody is going, I mean, it's actually one of the Dham apparats, but if somebody does go there with the mentality of doing business, he will take his meal there. He at once becomes liberated from all his sinful actions and goes to heaven. Maladi, you're not going for business to Vrindavan. I know that very well. I see you there for years, and you're going there for this beloved Lord Krishna. But he has also so many charming things he wants to take around the world, including the things you may buy there. But definitely not. Actually, our devotees, they don't go to Vrindavan for business. Sometimes we have to sell something also, we have to take some things to different places. The temples have to be maintained also. Yan Shrinoti Vadarohe Maturam Mamamandalam Anye Not Charitam Sashvat Sopi Papai Pramuchate Namami Grinatam Masya Sadaiva Tvam Hasakshana Chaya Sadakrita Yugam Chatra Sadachai Votarayanam. One who chants the holy name of the Lord in Mathura is always freed from sinful reactions. Satya Yuga and Uttarayana are always present in Mathura. O Devi, if one even hears the name of Mathura uttered by someone else, then such a person also attains liberation from his sinful reactions. Just by hearing about Mathura, Vrindavan, it's like also visiting. So we are taking the glories. Now, is this some kind of external appreciation of the divine? No, because Mathura is not external, it's the internal abode. It is Achintya Dham. It is inconceivable that the Lord actually descends into this world. The Lord actually descends into this world to give His love. So, what to say, what to do? We can only pray to Mathura Mandal to give us shelter. If we cannot go there, at least hear about it. And that is something this is beautifully accomplished here in this book. So you must see this book, Mathura Mandala, that was compiled in Vrindavan by Rupa Goswami, our grandfather, our founder of our Sampradaya. He who knows everything, who revealed these wonderful, he wrote the Bhakti Rasamrita, Sindhu, and so many other scriptures. So he's glorifying the place where he's doing his bhajan. So what he's writing, each verse is so important. It is so, when you hear it, you say, oh, I go to Vrindavan, I don't want to leave there, I want to live there. But you can also live in your temple and preach the glories of Vrindavan, and that is equivalent. I always tell the devotees when I go around, I say, we are in debt with Vrindavan. Everything we have comes from Vrindavan. Lord Jagannath comes from Vrindavan. Lord Nishingadev, well, he comes from Vaikuntha, but he has temple in Vrindavan also. So everything is in Vrindavan. The whole dimension of the spiritual world, it all emanates from Goloka Vrindavan. Then comes the Vaikuntha, and then comes the Mahatattva. And Haridham is the highest. Devi Dham is the material world, and Lord Shiva's Dham is in the middle. So it is all connected. Actually, there's nothing disconnected in this world. everything is connected. It's very hard to conceive of it, but it's a fact. Everything is connected. And the Supreme Lord, Supreme Controlling Agency, is also in connection with everything. And dispatches our respective lessons we have to learn. Padme patalakande hadagauri samvade Triratram apiye tatra vashanti manuje mune Tesham punanti niyatam sprishtas charana renava. Ordinary people can be purified by touching the dust from the feet of persons who have lived in Mathura for even 3 days. So, any person stays 3 days in Vrindavan, you can already take the dust from their feet. Amazing, no? That's what Rupa Goswami writes. In the conversation between Lord Shiva and Parvati, recorded in the Patalakanda of Padma Purana, it is stated, the places near the bank of Yamuna are the abode of Krishna's pastime. Within this tract of land, there is a most sanctified place called Mathura, which destroys all one's sinful reactions. The city of Mathura, Mathura Mandala, the area. Yatadrina samuhamtu jvalayayanti spulingika tata mahanti papani dahate Mathura puri. As blazing fire burns heaps of grass into ashes, the abode of Mathura burns the most grave sins into ashes. Skande kashi kande. Hridayam madhuvanam priyaya yamunas tate mahat atyam bhagavatas tanam yat punyam harimedasa papopi jantus tat prapya nishpapo jayate truvam. As it's stated in Skanda Purana, Kashi Kanda, there is an enchanting place of Lord Krishna's pastimes known as Madhuvana on the bank of the Yamuna. This is the most holy land for the devotees of Lord Hari. Sinful people can certainly become sinless by attaining this land. It's always positive, no? Always go get it. Get purified, get purified, get purified. Even you have committed sins, get purified, get purified. This is so hopeful, no? Just by the holy name we can get purified. And how much purified? That is very difficult to say. That depends on the eagerness and the profoundness of your chanting. But the end of the story is that you may become so purified that you can become a servant of Srimati Radharani. That is the topmost achievement, and the Radha Dasyam Srila Maharaj gives such a beautiful explanation of it. So it's amazing. Ata punya pradatvam yata adivara varahi yat punyam ashvamedana yat punyam rajasujata maturayam tat apnoti tri ratra shayanat yami. Mathura is the bestower of auspiciousness, is stated in Adivaraha Purana. The piety one achieves by performing the Ashvamedha and Rajasuya sacrifice can easily be achieved simply by residing in Mathura with controlled senses for 3 days. That's it really. It's a kind of an advertisement, I mean, beyond imagination. You could say, this is crazy. this is impossible. How can 3 days chanting in Mathura with controlled senses for 3 days? You can achieve an Ashwamedha Yajna or a Rajasuya sacrifice. Yeah, you are talking about something which kings did, which involved many years of preparations, many years, and what did they not do? First they had to conquer the other kings, they had to convince them, now you are under this Rajasuya sacrifice. Our king is performing, so you can be part of it, but if you don't agree, then we have to fight you. So in this way, it's just an amazing amount of difficulties, you know. Even for Yudhisthira Maharaj to perform the Rajasuya sacrifice was a big, big endeavor. Now you and me, simple people, just by 3 days living in Mathura, controlling your senses, you can achieve the same. Hard to believe, no? When you see the yajnas, you see the performances, you see some person making huge temples, like there's temples in Vrindavan that totally blow your mind. How beautiful they are and how much energy went in there to make them. And all that is nothing compared to simply being in Mathura. So you can understand why also those who live in Mathura, the Brijbasis, they are to be understood to be very holy people, very special. Being born in Vrindavan, what a mercy. Vinsatir Jojanam tu Mathuram Mamamandalam Pade Pade Swamediyam Punyam Netravichadana. My abode of Mathura consists of 20 yojanas. There's no doubt that at every step there one obtains the result of performing an Ashwamedha sacrifice. At every step. Now after that, who doesn't go to Mathura, he must be out of his mind, right, Kishori? Kishori always wants to go to Vrindavan. She has some realization about that. So, and also Bhakti took the first tours of Vrinda to Vrindavan from Bulgaria. So many people came there and had the chance of seeing Vrindavan, such a wonderful way. Actually, to take people there and to show them the holy Dham, like we do Brajmandal Parikrama. In a few weeks I'm going to be there doing the Brajmandal Parikrama number 36 or so. 36 non-stop. I don't know how Radharani has allowed me year after year to be there and to lead our devotees in the Brajmandal Parikrama. But this year it will be very special, because this year I have a deeper realization of how important this is to go to the deep depths of the Mathura Mandala. And that, you see, yeah, it's a little hot, it's a little tapasya when you go around there. But no, Mathura Mandala. And you know, we also do, our group is always doing some cleaning of the holy places. Now, in a way, in the beginning I was wondering, shall I engage our devotees in cleaning the holy place? And I was a little doubtful. I said, they're coming from South America, they spent $2,000 to come here. They want to see something. I have them pick up the rubbish in Sevakunja and all that. And but the devotees, they were so loving and so wonderful, because actually to be in the holy place by serving the holy place, it is higher. It is higher. And like I can remember Prem Sarovar or Mansarovar. It's a very beautiful lake. You probably remember it, no? On the other side of the Yamuna, and this is where Radharani's tears filled this lake. And when we go there, usually it's pretty messy, because there are many pilgrimage groups. They go there and then they leave the mess behind. So we cleaned it up. I mean, we took out lorries of garbage there. not a few bags, lorries packed with garbage. And after you do that, like I have the Mansarovar, I have it in my mind. Every square centimeter. You believe that? You know, like a cartographic memory. I can go and draw a map of Mansarovar with all the little constructions for, behind and everything, because I went all around and cleaned with the devotees. So it's all like engraved here. So the after you do that, and then you start reading the scripture, and then you start doing the kirtan, because Mansarovar is the place where Radha and Krishna meet and have their confidential pastimes. After you clean there, and now it's all clean and beautiful, the feeling of that darshan is so wonderful. It is such a deep memory. Who of you has been with me to Mansarovar? Have you seen the video which we made after? Raj Vrindavan now made a beautiful video of Mansarovar. Really. You can it's on the page. This is you become part of it. Now we are the cleaning team of Mansarovar. And we're going to continue that. Because it's just very blissful. I mean, better would be you go there and there's no dirt. Because another party did it before us also. But that has been a way to appreciate the Dham. So this Braj Mandal Parikrama will be very wonderful, very touching. And this year, we had so many other expanded parikramas. Wow. And one of them was going to Kumbh Mela. Kumbh Mela, that is an incredible place where so many people come together for taking their bath. And the Kumbh Mela, you know, Lord Chaitanya goes there, Prabhupada goes there, is Allahabad, no? It's a very, very, very holy place. And then the people come from Vrindavan there, and they take the whole Braj Mandal atmosphere to Kumbh Mela. That was also beautiful. This year we had some combined pilgrimages, again and again combining. And then we went further after the Kumbh Mela, after the thing, because Srila Rupa Goswami also, the Kumbh Mela has a Gaudiya Math called Rupa Goswami Gaudiya Math. Because also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he met with Rupa Goswami in Ashwamedha, I think in Varanasi, and I don't know, my Sanatan Goswami he met in Allahabad. So all these places are connected, interconnected, and it's becoming more noticeable and more noticeable. But still in my own life, what has been my preferred activity is creating or participating in having embassies of Vrindavan in different parts of the world. Holy embassies where devotees get together. And you see the description which Srila Rupa Goswami gives. It shows the potency, the power of what this is all about. Vrindavan is not a physical place, it is a state of consciousness. And Vrindavan is expanding. But where it is, where it manifests, it has a powerful influence. Snanena sarvatirtanam yatsyat sukrita sanchaya tatodikataram proktam mature sarvamandale The amount of piety one accumulates by taking baths in all the holy places is only obtained simply by residing in Mathura. Shaturnam api vedanam punyam adyayanakshayat tat punyajayate pungsam maturam vadatam shatam. The amount of piety a person obtains by studying the four Vedas is obtained by saintly persons simply by uttering the word Mathura, 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 Mathura. Svot bhava papaharitvam yata adivarahe anyatahi kritam papam tirtam ashatya nashyati tirte tuyat kritam papam Vrajalepo bhavet dhruvam. Mathura takes away all one's sinful reactions. In the Adivaraha Purana it is stated, the reaction of committing sinful activities elsewhere is nullified by visiting holy places. But if one commits sinful activities in a holy place, then it is certainly strikes him with the force of a thunderbolt. Mathurayam kritam papam, mathurayam vinashyati, gyanato vapi, yat papam samuparjitam, shukritam dushkritam vapi, mathurayam pranashyati. If one commits sin in Mathura, his sinful reactions will be counteracted only in Mathura. Any sinful activity or pious activity committed either knowingly or unknowingly are certainly destroyed by the influence of the abode of Mathura. Yatra Krishnena Sanchyanam Kritiritam Chayata Shukam Chakrankita Paratenastane Brahma Maye Shube Esha Divya Puri Devi Nitya Kalam Sugopita Bhakta Tam Mamashishya Cha Katita Te Vasundare. O beautiful lady, this spiritual transcendental abode of Mathura, where Lord Sri Krishna, whose lotus feet are adorned with various auspicious marks, such as a disc, has spontaneously performed his divine pastimes, is always confidential. O Goddess Vasudhara, since you are my devotee and disciple, I am disclosing this truth to you. So Srila Rupa Goswami is like accumulating shlokas from different parts, which are like from the Varaha Purana and others, and pointing out, or like substantializing, like this is the Vedic way of proving, is by citing different scriptures and what they say about it. So what I feel, we met Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada came from Mathura. He came from Vrindavan. He was meditating in Vrindavan, in Radha Damodar. He was meditating what to do, when to do, where to do, how to take Krishna everywhere. And he went and he got us. Now, we are indebted to Vrindavan. This indebtedness, somehow or other, we try to repay. When I read this, I already become anxious to run back to Vrindavan to continue our service there, develop there. We have a group of devotees in Vrindavan, in Yamuna Kunja, Vinda Kunja. Very nice group, very nice devotees. They're very, very, very helpful to try to do things to take the glories of Vrindavan everywhere. So this is what I feel, that we have a depth with Vrindavan, a deep depth. And somehow or other, when we went to Vrindavan, Krishna gave us such a welcoming hug. He gave us Vinda Kunja, Yamuna Kunja. And in Mayapur, he gave us Saraswati Kunja, Gaudiya Math, and Janava Kunja, Gaudiya Math. Those places, they're like, wow. They're like spiritual domains, spiritual oases. Even the Indian people are surprised when they come inside. They say, what is this here? When Srila Puri Maharaj came in there, into Vrinda Kunja, the second day he called me in his room and he said, Maharaj, Paramadvaiti, how did you get this place? to say, I have nothing to say. By the mercy of Gopeshwar Mahadev, of course. And I told him the story, which is a very amazing story, how we got the Vrinda Kunja. It's inedited. It's so amazing. So when Srila pretty much heard the story from me, he said, you go back to Gopeshwar Mahadev right now. And you pray to him to give me, pretty much was 96, 7 years old. You pray to him to give me a place too. I felt like, who am I to speak on behalf? But order is order, no? So I immediately went, because from Vrindakunja to go to Gopeshwar Mahadev, it's we can say it's a stone's throw, but since we should not throw stones there, so it's just around the corner. So I immediately went, I gave a donation and made a puja of Gopeshwar Mahadev, and then I said, Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev, I'm sent here by the pure devotee Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj. I am requesting on his behalf that you may also give him a place, because he wants to have a place for his disciples here in Vrindavan. Then I added something which was not authorized. I added something from my own. I said, and please let it be close to Vrindavan. You know, I mean, you tell that story, it sounds like, wow, you did that, wow, you experienced that. It's a fact, but before we knew it, we started working on the Dauji Mandir, which is right now, it has become the most beautiful temple in Vrindavan. Even then it was extraordinary. Dauji Mandir was a mandir with 9 courtyards. How many houses have 9 courtyards, you know? Very beautifully arranged old stone carving of Vijay Krishna Goswami, a mystical Bengali yogi, and connected, totally connected. Everything was so connected. Then, after we got that, the deities of Tapana Mishra showed up. The big Gornitai there, they were worshipped in Varanasi by Tapana Mishra. And then on the other side, Radha Govindaji, who were worshipped by Tapana Mishra, by Birchandra, by the son of Lord Nityananda. So they came there. So it became like, practically the Dauji Mandir is one of the main temples of Vrindavan because of those deities making their appearance there. And right now Vrindavan Leela, she's doing such a job. She's a devotee. We met her many years ago, a temple restorer. This is her hobby. That's what she does. She goes to a temple, and she's now following Bodai Maharaj, but she has done that in Yavat. She has done that in several other places. So, from her own savings or whatever Krishna gave her, she's a little older lady. She just spends and makes all these wonderful things. A restoration of Vrindavan, just like was our dream. One of the dreams we had, adopting places in Vrindavan and restoring them. This has become increasingly difficult now because Vrindavan has prices now. It's going to the sky. It's like becoming like the divine real estate is in divine prices also. Oh my God. So, anyway, we got this place for Srila Puri Maharaj. And then, we were so much looking. One day Ramdas came, and he went to Vrindavan, and he met Padmanabha Goswami. And he purchased on the spot the Pandavali Kunja, which now is also being totally restored and is going to be one of the Gaudiya culture centers. That's going to be what you find in that. It's going to be a Mathura Mandala glory place. And that's half of Keshigat. When people used to come to Vrindavan, there was no roads. They came by boat. So when they saw the Keshigat, then they said, yes, we reached Vrindavan. And that's where the Pandavali Kunja is. So not only we got for Srila Puri Maharaj one temple, we got two temples. Right next to each other. And one was the Keshigat. Then Puri Maharaj came and he was so grateful. You cannot believe that meeting. I remember all the details. Actually, Tripurai Maharaj came that day also. So we took Srila Puri Maharaj from the Dauji Mandir to the Pandavali Kunja. And he sat down and opened the window and looked on the Yamuna right in front. And then he said, when I was a kid, they told me about Keshigat and the Yamuna. When I was 45, my Gurudev Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he took me to the Keshigat in front of the Yamuna. And he says, now I'm 97 and Lord Krishna has given me the Keshigat in front of the Yamuna. So he was so touched that it was flowing. The hearts were flowing. So these are some of the experiences. So when I say we are indebted to Vrindavan, it's an actual fact. But this temple, for example, in Vienna, that is an embassy of Vrindavan. That is not less Vrindavan. Gopinath Mandir in Prague is an embassy of Vrindavan. The temple in Berlin, our Vrinda Kunja, this is an expansion of Vrindavan. So you are all living in Vrindavan also. But you have a chance to do service in Vrindavan by getting 100 people or so and take them on pilgrimage and take them to Braj Mandal and do all the type of things like chanting, hearing, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmani Vedanam. Do these things in Vrindavan. And I don't know, really, because I feel totally disqualified. And still I don't know how is it that I'm doing the 36 years of Braj Mandal Parikrama. I mean, if Krishna wants, we reached 35, now 36. And you know, I think, and maybe so, that our parikrama there is now the oldest continuous parikrama. Now, our parikrama is not like Ramesh Baba does. Ramesh Baba, Brajmanda parikrama, is by foot and sleeping in tents and going barefoot and going to all the places. We are picking some of the more important places and then going by bus with the devotees from the west who are a little picky. I mean, we are. When you see the Indians, they go Yugala Parikrama. That is something 42 kilometers. All around Mathura and Vrindavan. They go, it's a very, very long parikrama. I've never done it. Because it's twice Govardhan parikrama, you know. And they do that bare feet. When Yugala Parikrama is there, you can see them by the thousands. Parikrama is becoming by the thousands. And after this Radha Krishna movie is out now, it will become so packed that you can hardly move along the parikrama. In Ekadasi, in full moon, when you go to Govardhan Parikrama, you think, what is this here? It's very amazing. So Mathura is amazing. It is Vrindavan, Mathura, Brajmanda. So if we can do anything in our life for Vrindavan, do it. Don't doubt it. Just do it. Do we need more places there? Well, no. But Vrindavan Chandra just got the Kaliya Kunja, another thing. Just one of my friends came and says, hey, there's a little place right on the parikrama and they want to give it away very cheap. And Vrindavan Chandra told me, hey, my parents, they want to have a place in Vrindavan. So before you knew it, 1, 2, 3, the Kaliya Kunja was obtained. And it is now on a ghat which just has been reformed. When you see that ghat, it's right on the site of Madan Mohan. It's a dream place, you cannot imagine. And we don't know. Now, behind the Hanuman school, one of my friends and shishyas from Vrindavan called Keshava, he owns some land. He's a farmer from the area. And he always wanted us to have some land. So now he offered me for $15,000 to get farmland for Vindakunja, that we can grow our own vegetable there. And the devotees were scared. Oh my God, you're going to get that? Then we have more work. More things to do, more. They were getting scared, you know. And I was also thinking, wow, what is this? But then again, to get that land, it's right on the Yamuna side. Beautiful farmland, really, really nice. And next to our Hanuman school. So I told him, yes, we have to get it because we cannot keep eating these vegetables grown with chemicals. I mean, this is one way, and this is Vrindavan. This is the way of doing seva in Vrindavan. And I had a little doubt, but a few days ago I visited Shamala, a god sister, who is living in Gopinath Bhavan. And when I visited her, she's handicapped, she can't move. She said, the wife of Tirtha brother, old god brother of mine, she said, Paramadvaiti Maharaj, you have some capacity, get some land to grow food for the devotees. Because the chemicals in the food and all that. And she emphasized it very much. So I also kind of took it as an order from the devotee that we should have something to grow our own food, healthy food there. So let's see what other plans have. You know, Vrindavan, every day there is more temples from our Sampradaya. There is the temple of Bhakti Kamal Govinda Maharaj. Boom, right next to Radha Gokulananda. There is another one, right around the corner of Dauji Mandir, another temple of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mission. Some sannyasi got some followers from Orissa, and they wanted to have their own temple because the main one, our Radha Vrindavan Chandra Mandir, which is another amazing story. I mean, for me, Vrindavan is story after story after story. But in the Radha Vrindavan Chandra Mandir, now Niskinchana Maharaj is taking care of this, Vishnu Maharaj also. And he just started initiating disciples, Niskinchana Maharaj. What a beautiful sannyasi. What a fortunate soul who takes initiation from him, gets prepared by him, trained up by him, and then does whatever seva they're doing. You know him well, no? He also came to Prague, no? Niskinchana Maharaj, no? And as a matter of fact, they are coming to Europe these days. Are they coming to Prague again? This time now? They're going to Mallorca, they're going, no?
15 August.
Now, Mallorca is stealing the show. Huh? Anyhow, he's a wonderful spiritual master. Very humble. So, I forgot how I got there, but in the Radha Vrindavan Chandra Mandir, it's just development and development. Vrindavan is just flourishing, expanding like nothing else. Whole Brajamanda is just like a flower. And you know, each one of those places I'm talking about, they are like little, like when the jewels open, you know, sometimes you see there's crystals somewhere and they're sprouting crystals. You could say that all of these places we are talking about, they're like pure diamonds. They're like, each one is like a crown of many, 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 many diamonds. And diamonds, I mean, high carat diamonds, you know. It is more valuable than any diamond in the world can have value. You know, there's diamonds, they're selling for many millions of dollars, just one little stone. But these diamonds in the Chintamani Dham, they have everything inside. Like it says, Rupa Goswami puts the emphasis. He puts it, why is this place so important? Why? Because of Lord Krishna and Radharani. Because of them, they have made this place so important. And it is their movement, it is their expansion as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which brings all of us together here in Munich. This is also a very sacred place of the secret Leela, Gupta. Because where Lord Jagannath is, there's a lot of Gupta. It's very hidden. The divine is very hidden, but it's always there. That's why he's called Patita Pavana. It's one of the names of Lord Jagannath. The most merciful. He glances upon the devotees. Yatra Krishnena Sanchinam Kriditam Cha Yatashukam Chakrankita Padatena Stane Brahma Maye Shuve Esha Divya Puri Devi Nityam Kalam Shugobita Bhaktatvam Mama Shishyacha Katita Te Vashundare. O beautiful lady, this transcendently spiritual abode of Mathura, where Lord Sri Krishna, whose lotus feet are adorned with various auspicious marks, such as a disc, has spontaneously performed his divine pastimes, is always confidential. O Goddess Vashundara, since you are my devotee and disciple, I am disclosing this truth to you. Vashundara. I don't remember exactly. Somebody remembers? Well, Vashundara, she is Vashu, could be the earth deity. Yeah, because Shiva and Parvati talking. Can you look up Vashundara in the dictionary to make it clear? Rudrasya na maya purvam katitam cha vasundare maya sugopitam hietat guyat tamam smitam. O Goddess Vasundara, I've never before revealed this truth to anyone, including Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, because this abode of mine is the most secret of all secrets. I always keep it confidential. So Vrindavan is a confidential place. This movement is also very confidential because it's the movement which came from Radha Damodar. And what's happening there is amazing. Very amazing. Anyatra dashabir varshai prarabdam vujate tuyat kilpisham tam Mahadevi mature dashabir tinai. O Mahadevi, the sinful reaction that takes 10 years to nullify elsewhere is destroyed in Mathura in 10 days only. Vayu Purana. Mathura yanam kritam papam mathurayam pranashyati dharmartha kamamokshayam stitva tatra laben naran. In the Vayu Purana it is stated, sins committed in Mathura are destroyed also in Mathura. If a human being resides there, he automatically achieves religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. So whoever has any desire also in Mathura, he will be favored. In what way? I don't know. I must think of Rupa Raghunath. Rupa Raghunath is a very nice devotee, one of my best friend, heart's friend. He went to Vrindavan and he started distributing prasadam in front of Krishna Balaram temple. Because, you know, when you go to a temple, there should be prasadam. So he started distributing prasadam in front. And many people liked that so much, they asked me, oh, you want to do something, you want to do something. So before we knew it, he opened a little school, Pani Muni school. And it became bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now they have 1,500, a little girl's school, they have a hospital, they have much land. Is very amazing. And Rupa Raghunath is very amazing. What he has done and how he's keeping it going, and how this Sandipani Muni school is. You can go there in the morning when they start and you see 1,500 girls jumping and dancing in kirtan. Who has gone there? Who has seen that? You didn't go? Next time. Huh? Jumping and dancing in ecstasy. Wow. That is amazing. That is so amazing. And that's going on every day. Some devotees do seva there for the school. Very nice. And Rupa is living there, he has kids. Now they also made another school. Gopika made a school. Some Vrindavan Waldorf school. So it's really amazing. I'm very happy when I read the glories in Mathura Mandala. I will read another verse here from the middle. If one can worship Krishna, the beloved Lord of Radha, in the months of Kartik in Mathura Mandala, then what is the need of him? His performing all kinds of sacrifices, undergoing all kinds of austerities, and visiting all holy places. I was feeling a little guilty. A little guilty of going to Shardam. Shardam Parikrama. Because I was feeling a little guilty, because I heard that if you're in Vrindavan and Mathura, why should you leave there? You have everything there, everything holy is there, and but I was thinking that even great devotees went to Chardam Parikrama. We went to Chardam Parikrama with the book of Bhakti Vrindavan Maharaj as a guide, because he did it by foot. Almost 60 years ago. So then we discovered Chardam Parikrama. It's difficult to describe this. The Himalayas is such a vast stretch of land with so many holy cities in it. Uttarakashi, for example. Everything. So, but we went there, and I thought the Himalayas meant Rishikesh, Haridwar, Dehradun, and the rest with some mountains behind. No. The Himalayas are very pious. You feel it. I mean, Mathura Mandala is higher than that. They are coming from there to Mathura. I'm not comparing, but to see the amazing levels of the Himalayas. And after, in the end, when we already finally reached the snow peaks, there was Yamunotri, the sacred place of Yamunotri. That was the first place. That's the sequence of the Char Dham is Yamunotri. And from Yamunotri you come down all the way to go Uttarakashi, and then you go to Gangotri. These places, right under the temple of Yamunotri is a hot spring is born. And all the pilgrims are there in the hot spring. And then there is the deities, Saraswati, Yamuna. So we made it up there. And all the way up there, to go up there, so beautiful. Rivers flowing from all directions. Then we went all the way back and we went to Gangotri. Gangotri is where the Ganges is born. Some devotees went to Gomukh. Gomukh had caved in, kind of. Always changing nature, certain sites, no? But these Himalayas are so incredible. Then we went to Kedarnath. And Kedarnath was another incredible experience. And finally was Badri Vishal. That is the place of Sri Narayan. This is the Vishnu Loka, the Supreme. Bhakti Vishal is so beautiful, the temple is so amazing. And in the vicinity around the villages, everything is just reminding us of the Mahabharata and the Pandavas who went through there when going into to never return from the Himalayas. Walking over Beam Pool. Badri Vishal. And then we ran back to Vrindavan after that. And we had such a deep impression there of what the Himalayas were, how Sanatana Dharma had such a pious land there. That's where Sanatana Dharma is born. But it had to go first to Mayapur, to get the power of Lord Chaitanya injected into it so it can be spread around the world. And therefore you meet many sadhus, and very serious sadhus, very beautiful sadhus. You meet along the way, many of them walking Char Dham Parikrama, austere people, and. But without Lord Chaitanya, without the movement of bhakti, like we got it from Vrindavan, this is not really available. Not really available. So now the government is arranging the whole area of Char Dham Parikrama. Very, very incredible. They're putting a lot of energy to make it, the infrastructure appropriate there. This is a dham of all the rishis. So I wanted to see it, and by the grace of Char Dham, we were taken back to Vrindavan. And so that's where we're going to stay. Even though they offered me a cave. They offered me a cave just right in Gangotri, where the Ganges comes. It was all the things, always you're guided by Krishna. I was looking, I was walking up the Ganges, and there was one man who was going, and then he waved us. We didn't know it, so we went after him. And then you couldn't go on the Ganges was nowhere. You had to go inside the property, and inside the property over a wall into another property. The man disappeared. And all of a sudden, there was another cave. So I thought, well, I knock at the door. I knocked at the door. And the sadhu opened. Spoke perfect English. He was the only disciple of a Durga devotee from Rajasthan. So he took us in, and he was unbelievable, very, very nice, gentle, learned yogi. And then he said, "How did you come here?" And I said, "There was a guy who was walking here and he waved us, come this way." "Oh," he said, "this is my neighbor. He has another big cave where his guru left his body." So I said, well, maybe we should visit him. So after we spent like 2 hours in that cave with what's his name? Just slipped away from my mind. Then he took us. Again, we crossed over mountains, big rocks, and we came there. And there he came out. "Oh, you came here." Like a mystical thing, you made it. So then he said, "I can show you the cave of my guru." So I said I was going to bring some more devotees. Wanted to share that experience because not all of the devotees were with me at that moment. So he said, "Yeah, come back at 10. I'll show you." So at 10 o'clock we were back there. And from that cave to the place where we were staying was like 15, 20 minutes walk. In Gangotri. So when we went there, he opened the cave. And it was a 5-story cave. 5-story. One, you go in, staircase up, another cave, staircase up, another cave, staircase up, another cave, staircase up, another cave. You're now in the middle of a mountain. Deep inside, he had a light to show us, because there's no light, no windows. When we reached the final cave, he said, "This is where my guru did his meditation." And he also slept here. And then he asked us whether we like to hear a song, to sing a song. So we were up there, and he started singing the song, and the song still sounds in my ear. Because as he was singing the song, we didn't record it, we weren't prepared. As he was singing this song, he was starting to cry. And he cried like a baby and still kept singing. And we were all there. They turned off the light. This was in the dark middle of the mountain. And this sadhu, old sadhu, he's singing and singing and singing and crying, in separation from his guru. He was crying in the separation, so heart-touching. I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. He was singing. And in the end, when we went down again, we came out. I asked him whether we could switch from our place to stay in some of the rooms that were there. He said, yes, possible. And then we looked at it, and we saw it was very austere for our devotees, very austere, but he offered us to stay there. But then he said, you can come and stay in the cave, in his guru's cave, where his guru spent 70 years in that cave and left the world there. So, I mean, I was charmed. I thought maybe I should stay here and do bhajan here, where the Ganges was born. But my heart told me, no, you have to go to Vrindavan. You belong to Vrindavan. Don't stay in the cave in Gangotri. So, but we can go back there. It's amazing, amazing. Just absolutely wonderful. Krishna is wonderful. Vrindavan is wonderful. Gangotri is wonderful. Kedarnath is wonderful. And Badri Vishal. Beam Pool, the cave where Srila Vyasadeva wrote the Vedas, where he met. That cave we also visited. The cave where the Pandavas were staying in Gangotri, we also visited that cave. The cave of Ganesh. Nice. Amazing place. But one thing is, nowadays there's thousands of people going there. It's not that you're alone there in the mountain. I mean, some place, like in that cave, we were just 4 people from our tour. But the other Badri Vishal, if you want to take darshan of Badri Vishal, you have to stand in a 1 kilometer line just to be able to come and to walk in front of the deity for 1 minute. All the best, all the best, all the best. Yes. Bulgaria Yatra ki jai. Bhakti Shakti ki jai. Happy success and Gopinath ki jai. But the Himalayas now, oh my God. I mean, in this period, it is so full, so packed with people. And they are all going to have saintly atmosphere, you know? Sanctified atmosphere they are looking for. There's so many ashrams, beautiful ashrams. We went to the ashram of Pilot Baba. On the way. No. These places, only seeing is believing. If you see them and you feel them, what is going on here? Because yes, there's also tourism, there's also people like just running around, but they run around the holy Dham and they run around to the holiest places and they all worship the Ganga and they all chant the mantras and they all do so many things. So I think Bharata, my personal theory is that this has a big future for purifying the entire world. And I saw a lot, and still I feel it scratched the surface. It's much, much more to be seen. When we went to the place of where Nityananda broke the danda of Lord Chaitanya, Dandabanga. It had just been destroyed by a hurricane, devastated. But the place, so incredible. And the devotees in this place, so incredible. It's millions of places of pilgrimages in India. And millions of people looking for the connection with the divine. So that we have a place in Munich, like this temple, all glories, all glories, all glories to you who opened the door in Munich for this Mela and for the people. And all the hard work you have done, that Krishna will give you the blessings and the blessings and the blessings. The United Nations of the Spirit. How to unite for the better of Mother Earth. We are joining the energy from Colombia. Yesterday it started already. The Forum of the Rights of Mother Nature, organized by the United Nations of the Spirit, the World Conscious Pact, and many other organizations. It's in Bogota. It's just these days. It's very, very beautiful. And it's like Kiva, then we went to, from Kiva, we went to Mexico. From Mexico, we went to Sao Paulo. From Sao Paulo, we went to India, to Kiva Kumbh Mela. Now from Kiva Kumbh Mela, we're going to Bogota. It's like a kind of thing, a crisscrossing is going on. I mean, what is that? What is their cooking? Huh? So we're going to talk about that this morning after breakfast. In the garden, we're going to have a seminar for that because today is the arrival of many. So for those who don't know about what happened there and all that, we will share with you the meaning of it. Jai. Jai Sri Krishna. Shri Mathura ki Jai. And I forgot to say that all the Kiva Kumbh Mela movement, before going to Kumbh Mela, it came to Vrindavan. And it was received in Vrindavan Research Institute by many of the sadhus of Vrindavan and all the ancient tribe leaders who were there. They came to Vrindavan. And after the Kumbh Mela, many of them came back to Vrindavan and stayed in Vrindavan, and they loved Vrindavan. The ancient tribe leaders from Paraguay, there were two ladies from the Guarani people. They loved Vrindavan so much. They're now with Ruchi Sevana, and they are spreading the glories of Vrindavan to the Guarani natives in Paraguay and Brazil. You don't forget? Can you imagine that? And Viskunwi, the son of Mamukuncha, chief priest, which today, while we are sitting here, Shanto Maharaj is going to meet Mamukunja in the mountains of the Sierra Nevada. Biskunwi went to India, he participated, and after it he stayed 1 month in Vrindavan studying Ayurveda with Rohini Nanda. So Krishna is doing something, he's tying something. You know, weaving the net of the tapestry of love. I think that's going on. Thank you so much for coming here to Munich Mela. Let's see how we can tie a lot on this divine roadmap or divine web of carpet or tapestry, weaving a tapestry of divine love. Jai Sri Krishna. Srila Rupa Goswami ki Jai. Sri Mathura Mahatmya ki Jai. The glories of Mathura Mandala ki Jai. So this book I will keep reading. I will leave it here. So if anybody wants to look at it privately to see more, it will be here. Please leave it there after. Oh, any questions? I didn't ask for any questions. Yes, my dear Radha Dasyam, welcome here in Munich.
Because you spoke about the temple or the cage, no? In the Himalayas, no?
Caves.
Caves, okay.
In Hindi they say gufa.
You said what he was from Durga? A Durga follower.
Yes, he was a Durga follower, and he was a very amazing personality.
Yeah.
And we became good friends.
Yeah. When I asked, because I was thinking, because sometimes we speaking about the Mayavada thing, and also we speak, I mean, my consideration is about contribution in life, no? What is our contribution in life? So sometimes we say, the Vaishnavas saying, we should serve the Lord. No? This is our philosophy, and the Mayavada is a little different. But I was thinking also, you say he's an amazing personality. No? I was thinking also, it's also a kind of contribution, no? What a person might give, even he's a Mayavadi. So that is, for me,
We should respect all the sadhus, definitely. And the lesson can be learned on those journeys. We should respect the sadhus and we should follow the ones who are our own Shiksha gurus, those who show us our best. But when we come across any other sadhus, great respect must be exercised. And Lord Krishna is speaking about all the sadhus. No? He says a different type of paths, and some of them are more difficult, but if they go sincerely in that way, they'll also come to him. So.
Yeah, I felt also, I was in Varanasi, I felt also a little, I was in Varanasi, no? I felt also a little bit, I spoke with some people, the visitors of Varanasi, and then I started to speak about Vaishnavism. I also felt a little, I cannot, like my misachten, disrespect, no?
You should not minimize.
Yeah, minimize the other sadhus or their
or
belief.
worse than minimize is mistreat.
Discriminate or whatever.
Discriminate can have two meanings. One meaning is, I have to discriminate to see what is this and what is that. And another thing is discrimination. I discriminate you as a group without looking at each individual. It's very different, no?
I find it very interesting because if how the Mayavada comes into the world, no, I mean Shiva was given the order to bring a philosophy which is actually a little bit confusing, no? Or it's confusing to people. But you say following strictly in the path will also bring purification like this. That's very interesting, I mean, somehow. But I feel also if the person has a like you say, he has eine Ausstrahlung, wie sagt man Ausstrahlung? Radiance.
Yeah.
Radiance.
Effulgence.
Effulgence, and he gives something to the people, and try to give something to the people, friendliness, or I don't know. I met, for example, somebody he was guiding people also to the places, no? In Varanasi. I felt also this guy is very friendly. He was really very giving much friendliness to me, no? I find it really a contribution, no? Interesting.
Discovering holy India.
Yeah.
It's quite an experience. And if you have the right association, like I went with Vishnu Maharaj throughout South India, without him I could never have seen South India the way, because he's a Vaishnava Acharya, so he had the green light going on everywhere we went. So amazing. South India, Tamil Nadu, oh Krishna, Kerala. And we went there, and then finally we went to Berhampur, to the Orissa region where most of the devotees were Srila Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Maharaj came from. And I went to the village where he was born, and I went to the lake where he took bath every day. Have you gone there, Malati? Berhampur?
Just Chennai
Where-
for shopping.
Where Gurudev was born. It's a very amazing place, very beautiful, very heart-touching. Definitely an expansion of Vrindavan. So many devotees come from there. What more? Any other question? Hmm? No?
I have a question, Guru Maharaj.
Yes, go ahead.
In the Gaudiya Vaishnava perspective, what is a sin?
Good question. Very good. Ramananda Samba. Teachings, Lord Chaitanya to Ramananda Roy. That question also has been raised. And one of the answers, which is not exactly the answer to your question, but it says there's nothing worse which can happen to you in the world. Nothing worse than losing the association of devotees. That is really terrifying. Like you say, not sin, but what sinful reaction can be there. To lose the association of devotee, that's the worst thing can happen to you. So what will lead you to that? That would be the worst of sins. And therefore, what drives you away from Krishna? Oh, Hare Krishna. What drives you away from Krishna? That's a sin. ¿Cuándo se fue tu papá?
La semana pasada.
Wow. Wow. ¿Usted estaba con él?
Sí, todo, siempre.
¿Cantando?
Siempre.
Oh.
Sí,
¿La madre también?
todos.
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 ¿Los devotos también?
Todos.
¿En serio?
Sí. Govinda, sí.
Un aplauso. What's your name? ¿Qué fue el nombre de su papá?
¿Cómo se llamaba?
Sí.
Antonio.
Segundo.
Mulet y Narejos.
Antonio
Mulet
Mulea
y Narejos.
y Nanejos.
Y ayer hubiera cumplido 96 años.
96 años.
Ayer.
Una ofrenda a Sri Jagannath Swami Subala Baladam, Svalgatvar, de que el hijo vino acá con la familia en este día. ¿10 días? Después
No,
de
día 26. 5 días.
5 días después de que su papá se fue del mundo. Y su papá, por ser conectado con una familia Vaishnava, podía dejar el mundo escuchando el santo nombre de las bocas. ¿Tú también estabas allá? Eso lo pasó a más que un padre de devoto o madre. Ya le pasaron a mucho, pero ese es un ejemplo que Krishna nos muestra cómo la misericordia le llega a cualquier persona que tiene asociación con devotos. Bienvenidas a ustedes de Mallorca. Jai, Hare Krishna. ¿Cómo están?
Muy bien, Gurudev.
¿Sí?
Gracias, sí, señor.
96 hubiera cumplido. Como si la prima. ¿Dejó el mundo en conciencia?
No, ya lo sedaron 5 días estuvo sedado.
Como
Sí.
coma.
Para dejar ya por sí solito.
Pero 5 días antes era consciente.
Perfecto. Hasta el último día, bien. Un día se puso malo, en un día todo. Pero
¿Fue coma inducido
sí, más o menos.
por medicación?
Sí, sí, para que ya dejara el cuerpo lo que aguantara su corazón. Porque tuvo